Mike Jackson, UFC fighter. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm here in the great city of New York City. It's actually one of my favorite cities to be in, outside of Houston, Texas, of course. But we're here for a big week. We're here for business. And what's most important is Derrick Lewis becoming the new heavyweight champion of the world.
You mentioned while you're here, can you kind of talk about your relationship with Derrick and how that came to be and what exactly you're doing here?
Yeah, so Derrick and I, we've been friends, man, since we both kind of got started in MMA. You know, I've been, it started off more as like a fan, you know, I'm covering the sport, things like that. And I'm just seeing what the guy is doing I've seen him compete as an amateur, and I've seen him grow as a professional. He started off at a gym called Silverback Fight Club, and you know, he basically got to the UFC off of pure talent, and then eventually he joined the good side. He came over to 4-Ounce Fight Club as well as Houston Muay Thai out in Houston, and he began training with Bob Perez, which is, you know, our head coach, and we just built a great friendship. I mean, you know, Derrick Lewis, you see the Instagram, you know how he is, man. He's a funny guy, he's very witty, he's very charismatic, but he's one of the most nice and just caring individuals, you know. So even though we have a close group of friends, we're very loving, very big, and we just enjoy each other's company, man. We just love having a great time, especially fight week. It's like day camp out here, you know, during fight. We get to come out here for about 5 days, come out, you know, sign some autographs, take pictures, get Reebok, you know what I'm saying? And then we get to end it all with a big fight Saturday night, and we're lucky we're here in New York City. We get to fight in Madison Square Garden. Who doesn't want to fight, man? Who doesn't want to go to Madison Square Garden? You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're here.
You mentioned that you kind of grew up in the fight game together. What's it like when you first met him to now? What's that journey like? Can you put it into words what it's like to see him start as an amateur and be in now fight for the title?
As an amateur or even as a young fighter, you have someone who, he's a massive human being. He's 6'4", 6'5". He has to cut to 265 pounds. He's a massive human being, and when you see someone that's in the cage, and we're in a fight business, you want to know what this guy can do. Now, even from then until now, he's gotten better as far as skills, but he'll even tell you he's not a mixed martial artist. He's a brawler, he's a fighter. And so with Derrick, it was more his punching power. Like, the dude brings death when he hits you, and that's the intangible sort of skill set that he brings to the table, is his punching power. You know, this isn't something you can train for or even prepare for. You just have it, you know, and that's just his thing. Like, he kind of, that balances itself out. You know, he may not be the best striker, he may not be the best wrestler or grappler or any of these things, but when it comes to punching power, there is no man on this planet who is equal to Derrick Lewis. You know, and so that's why he's able to sort of kind of play around for 24 and a half minutes. Well, what was it? No, 14 and a half. I'm sorry. I'm thinking championship fights this weekend. But for 14 minutes, he gets to play around. And then in the last few seconds, he gets to hit you with that depth of a right hand. And that's what it is. That's a game changer. You know, everybody, you have a Ben Askren. We got solid red. Daniel Cormier, who's facing solid Olympic caliber wrestling. John Jones. Anderson Silva with the solid striking. Derrick Lewis has the punching power that no man has. Francis Ngannou didn't want that smoke either. You saw what happened in that fight. He didn't want to get hit, you know? So that's what Derrick Lewis brings to the table. And over the years, I've seen him, obviously he's gotten better, but you've seen the wake of bodies that he's left in that path over, I don't know, 8, 9 years, however long I've been knowing the guy. You know what I'm saying? He brings something that a lot of people, very few people on this planet have. And that's why he's going to be the new champion at UFC 230.
Obviously, you're picking him. What round do you think that punch lands?
I know Derrick is looking for a 5th round omoplata, but I think it's going to be a 2nd round knockout. It's going to be the right hand. That's what I see happening. It's going to be the right hand. It's a death giver. And DC, and I love DC. I'm a huge fan of DC. He's from Louisiana. My family's from Louisiana. But unfortunately, he's facing the Black Beast. And we're going to have a new UFC heavyweight champion and a new baddest man on the planet.
Obviously, you're someone who's following him, putting up lots of videos and content. He's known for his one-liners, so it must be a gold mine for you. What's your favorite line so far this week? And I know today in particular he's on a
You know, so Derrick Lewis behind the scenes, again, what you see on social media, that's really his personality. You know, it sort of translates a little differently. So if you go to Derrick Media's social media, he's the guy there posting all the memes and the funny stuff. And from my social media, I'm posting how all of this comes about, whether it's finding the memes or whether it's in the gym and you're sitting on the ring and your legs are spread and you're like, damn, my balls are hot right now. You know, it just, that's what we give you. That's what we provide you, solid content. But as far as the favorite line, man, it would probably have to be today. Now, I know everybody loves balls being hot. I know people love what Ronda Rousey fine ass, right? But today at the open workouts, even though he didn't work out, he only did a Q&A, a fan asked him, how does a heavyweight fighter like yourself cut down to 265 pounds? And my man said, didn't even break character. He was like, I ate my wife's ass. And you just like, did he just say that? And he did say it. So up to this point, I would say that's my favorite line of Derrick Lewis.
Of all time or just this week?
Oh man, look, dude, I would have to give you like a top 5, and then I would have to go back and review like the craziest thing. Look, he said some things in private that definitely would go in the top 3 of those rankings, you know. But it's one of those things, man. You can't really. He's just that good, man. He's that good with the punching power. He's funny. He's witty. You just have to appreciate what Derrick Lewis brings. And look, man, I know a lot of people, they talk shit about him and they say this, that, and the other. You guys, man, you have to appreciate what Derrick Lewis is and what he brings to the table. Because when he's gone, well, that's it.
I want to move over to your career a little bit right now, because obviously, congratulations, you got that win.
Thank you.
Over CM Punk. And then we talked before that in an interview about how you're using it to launch really your career. What has everything you wanted come from it that you thought it would?
No, I wouldn't say everything, but this is life. You don't get everything you want. I'm very happy with where I am currently in life. Look, I'm living my best life right now. I would be lying to you if I said I was living a miserable life or look, I'm in New York right now. I just came out here to watch my man fight for the heavyweight title of the world just because. You know what I'm saying? So life has just been great. Well, life was great before that fight, but obviously that's gonna put me on a different platform now. I get to run into the style bender, and he was like, "Yo, Mike Jackson, what's up?" You know, and I'm a fan of his. Not saying he's a fan of mine, but he recognized me, he said what's up. You know, other top guys. You know, so it's just been a blessing with this whole experience. You know, they offered me another, and I know like people are listening to Dana White and listening to the things that you're saying, and they believe it. You know, look, Dana White said women will never fight in the UFC, and we saw what happened there. You know, so you have to take what Dana White says with a grain of salt. He's very emotional, but I'm very happy I was offered another fight. Unfortunately, I was not able. I accepted it, then I got injured, or old injuries sort of flared up again. I'm kind of letting those heal up, and then hopefully we can get some in early 2019.
I don't know if you're going to give me the answer to it, but can you name the person you were fighting, or?
You know, I don't want that because I don't know what, because he's actually still in the card. He got a fight recently. I don't know. Look, I'm still new to this thing. I don't want to give you spoilers. But I will say this. I'm very appreciative of Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, Dana, and the UFC, because they really could have thrown me in there with anyone, just because, look, I know people upset about a few things or whatever, but they could have thrown me in there just to get me out of the company. They could have put me in there with like a legit killer. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know I'm not competing with the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? But there are individuals in the UFC that I can fight. You know you get what I'm saying? So it wasn't like they offered me like some crazy good guy. You know what I'm saying? They offered me someone with a very similar record, very similar skill set, and it would have been a great fight. You know, hopefully that one comes back. But if not, we'll see what the future holds. You know, we got guys like, what's that dude's name? Logan Paul, Aaron Chalmers. Well, Aaron Chalmers, he got to get out of here. He's in a whole other organization. But Logan Paul, he may have an opportunity to come to the UFC and face the truth. Mike Jackson, that's going to sell big numbers. That's going to be way more than the CM Punk fight, just because I feel that Logan Paul is going to be a better fighter. You know, but make no mistake about it. If we get the fight with Logan Paul, he's going to sleep. Make no mistake about it. He's out of there. So hopefully we get a solid opponent in the UFC and we get to test our skills and see where we at.
Last question. You've been very gracious for your time. I'm very appreciative of that. So thank you.
I'm appreciative of you, Doug.
Thank you. Can you let us know what you mentioned the fight in early 2019? What is going on with the truth, and what can we expect in the near future? What are your projects? What are you keeping outside of fighting? Any action?
Well, right now, like I said, I'm out here in New York, following Derrick around, doing some cool behind-the-scenes content with the photos and the videos. When I'm home, I get to travel around. Look, that's what I'm doing right now. I get to travel around the country and watch fights and watch jiu-jitsu super fights. I do my photography. I run productions for some grappling competitions and some MMA fight promotions. I'm enjoying life right now. I'm getting back in the gym here pretty soon. Starting light, don't want to, because that's what happened last time. I jumped back in the gym, I got hurt. Don't want that to happen again, because I do want to return to the cage next year in 2019. So hopefully we're going to cut down a little bit on the Truth Food Tour. We had a solid Truth Food Tour here in New York City, though. We're going to cut that down a little bit, and then we're going to slim down, and then we'll be ready for 2019, and we'll see what happens.